Hello. I wanted to chat a little bit more about money today. Yesterday, quite a few of you jumped on my live, and I didn't spend a whole lot of time talking because I was about to start dinner. But today I have my mic on, so hopefully that'll help. I have a tendency when I hold my phone to put my hands right over the speaker or microphone area, and so hopefully that will help today. So what I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about, and you can check out my live from yesterday, I skimmed over this a bit yesterday, is just this idea of a lot of us want to create from joy and ease, just have this fun creation process. Well, I'm specifically talking about money, but it can be with anything that you're choosing to create / manifest in your life. But what really happens, if you have some limiting beliefs in there, are that you're creating from desperation and from fear. I couldn't remember that word. Creating from fear and desperation. And so what happens when you're creating money from fear and desperation is you'll have things like the money will come in at the very last minute. Well, it might be nice that the money shows up. Like, let's say that you have a house payment due and it shows up at the last minute. Like, it's great that you can pay your house payment, right? And we can all appreciate that. But what about the few weeks that you spent just in total stress, freaking out, causing issues in your marriage, maybe being short with your children, maybe missing out on fun activities with friends because you were freaking out trying to figure out how to create this money, how to bring in this money? Maybe how much did it hurt your health for that time period? Were you binge eating? Were you not eating? You know, how do you respond to that stress with your body? Did you get sick with a cold? So we don't want all of that to happen because that's not joy and ease. If you could know without a doubt that that money was going to be there, even if it was going to show up on the last day, then those 2 weeks leading up to that bill, you could have spent doing the things I said, like going out with the friends, enjoying your marriage, you know, being patient with the children, eating healthy, or whatever your version of joyful eating is. And that's where we want to get to. So I was discussing this with a friend, Kim, and we both enjoy access consciousness. And so we were discussing money the other day because of my, I don't know, what do you want to call it, like evening class or whatever thing that's coming up next Thursday, which anyone local is invited to, and I'll share more at the end of the live about that. But here's the question that kind of came out, and I want you to feel into this. And you don't necessarily, when I ask this question, you don't necessarily have to worry about getting a conscious answer, but feel into it. How does your body change? And if something does come to your mind, you know, listen to it definitely, but don't worry if you don't get a direct answer. So what lies have you bought into about creating from fear and desperation instead of joy and ease? What lies have you bought into about creating from fear and desperation instead of joy and ease? Just sit with that for a minute and let your mind wander. Wander back to when you were a child and what you may have picked up from the people around you. You know, what was your situation like at home? What was your situation like in your school? What was the situation like in your church? You know, did you have a church that you grew up in? And then bring it forward. You know, what was it like as a teenager? What was it like when you were first starting out on your own and you moved out on your own? So what lies have you bought into about creating from fear and desperation instead of joy and ease? And then take a deep breath, and what you're going to do is hold the intention that you're just releasing these. Okay? I'm going to quietly run some energy work for you on this side. And all you're going to do is take a deep breath and let it out. And on that exhale, just envision that you're letting all of that out. Just let go of it. Just let it all go out. Okay? And just do it a few times and give me a second to run on this end. If it's feeling particularly strong for you and like it's anchored into you, get up and shake it out. Shake your hands, Kick your legs. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get it all out. Pretend like you're a 3-year-old toddler. And there it was. Can you feel it? Can you feel the change? Thank you, Anna. Can you feel the change? I can see a few of you on here. Somebody talk to me. Okay, well, hopefully you feel the change. And know this, that energy is always accessible. So if you happen to be one of the people that watches this as a replay, go through it and know that that same energy and that clearing that I just did is available to you as well. If you love this stuff and are intrigued by it and want to chat more about your relationship with money and how you can create a more positive one, just reach out to me. Either send me or post a comment below and let me know and I can reach out to you, or you can reach out to me via private message. Feel free to reach out to me and we can just have a chat about where you're at and where you'd like to go, and see if we can't figure out what your biggest block is and what's next for you. Yeah, it can be a bit scary to let go. And that's why I was saying to just shake it off. Because sometimes, well, you can probably relate to this too, Jackie. But when you get too much into your head, it's like your mind takes over and then you can't really steer the ship anymore. And so for me, I like to just physically shake it out, and that's something that I learned from yoga. But go ahead and do that. And if you happen to be local, I am hosting like a 2-hour event next Thursday night. So it's April 5th, and I'll put the link in the comments. It's just $15. You can join me, and it includes your dinner and a drink. And we'll be talking about your relationship with money, and I'll be walking you through how to connect with that energy and how to start that healing process and really create a beneficial relationship with money, one that brings you whatever it is you desire. And they can be big desires, but they don't have to be. You know, your desires right now could just be that, you know, you want to feel expansive in your family. You don't want to be worrying about bills every month. You want to know that you have the bills covered and that you have a little bit extra to do your other things. Like, that's fine. Everything's a stepping stone. And a lot of times it's easier to shift from step to step than it is to take, you know, a huge leap or whatever that version would be. And that's fine. Be where you're at. And that's where I can help you from next week if you want to join me. So I will share the link. It is sarahmwagner.com/money 4518. Yeah, because it's the date. April 5th, 2018. 4518. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. I'll chat with you guys later. Thanks. Reach out if you need anything.